Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So, if you weren't aware, Congress is made up of the smartest, brightest, most intellectual, and free-thinking, free-minded people in the entire country. And it was really hard to say that with a straight face. If you didn't guess, that was satire, obviously, because Congress seems to think, at least, that they are, and they seem to think that they know exactly what is covered by the Second Amendment. As a matter of fact, they've introduced a new bill. It's going to be H.R. 8600, and this new bill, which was just introduced back on June 3rd, will tell you what is covered by the Second Amendment. And let me tell you, that list is extremely small. I have the list in front of me here. I'm going to read it to you. So with this new bill, just about everything's going to be banned. Let's talk about it. This video is proud to be sponsored by American Hartford Gold. Listen, if there is one thing that those of us in the firearms community understand, it's that you cannot rely on the government for your protection. Not with your life, and especially not with your wealth. Look, throughout our lifetime, the dominance of the US dollar was unquestioned, but that may be changing. As we face unprecedented inflation, the world's biggest economies are ditching the dollar for the yen. Banks are failing left and right, and the government is discussing a total control of all of your money with the new digital dollar. Don't let your life savings become a casualty of failing corporations or currency wars. Now is the time to call the only precious metal dealer that I trust, American Hartford Gold. They'll show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your wealth portfolio with physical gold and silver. With the finest products, amazing customer service, and a buyback commitment. American Hartford Gold has a 5-star rating from thousands of reviews and an A+ from the Better Business Bureau. American Hartford Gold supports content like this that is committed to bringing you the truth. Tell them I sent you and they'll give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order, so call them now. Click the link in the description or call 866-856-2507. That's 866-856-2507 or text COPPER to 65532. Again, that's 866-856-2507 or text COPPER to 65532. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what's going on here because this is getting absolutely ridiculous. So again, back on June 3rd, Lucy McBath, who's a Democrat out of Georgia, introduced H.R. 8600. This bill would allow you to keep these things and allow you to acquire these things. So on this list of specially exempt things that are not banned under this bill, we have single shot, breech loading, smooth bore, muzzle loading, bolt action, lever or pump, or single or double action revolver. Now, some of you might have noticed that there's one specific thing that's missing from that list, and that's anything that's gas operated. Anything that is gas operated would be banned under this bill. This bill is also known as the GOSAFE Act. Now, you guys might have forgotten about the GOSAFE Act because it was originally introduced about a half a year ago, maybe a little bit more by now, and that one was introduced. It kind of fell to the wayside in the Senate. Well, they don't like that went away. They want to bring it back. They're going to keep bringing it back. And I guarantee if they have control over all of the chambers, if something happens and they get control over all chambers, this will pass because this is their dream right here. But this is the new GOSAFE Act introduced into the House of Representatives. And in some instances, from what I can see, this one might even be a little bit worse. But essentially, yes, it bans and restricts the sale, manufacture, importation, all of the standard stuff that you're used to of anything that uses gas to operate. Now, one thing that not a lot of people talk about when it comes to the GOSAFE Act, because obviously one of the big things that's just really glaring and in your face is the fact that it bans anything that's semi-automatic, is the fact that it also bans anything that can hold more than 10 rounds. So if it's detachable, it can hold more than 10, it would be restricted under the GOSAFE Act. So this one right here is critically important to pay attention to. Now, believe it or not, the senator who first introduced the GOSAFE Act back in, I believe, January, actually created a flow chart for the GOSAFE Act. There is a flow chart that exists. I'll show you right here. And basically what you do is you start at the first box, you answer the first question, yes or no, right? And it takes you through each of the corresponding boxes. A majority of them lead you to the red boxes, the things that are highly regulated or forbidden or, you're not allowed to have because the government says so. Only a couple will actually take you to the green. And not only does this flow chart tell you how the Second Amendment is supposed to work in terms of what you're allowed to have, because I'm sure that's what the founding fathers, had in mind when they came up with the Second Amendment and said shall not be infringed, but they're also telling you what you're allowed to have it for. they break down what it's intended for. It's absolutely stunning when you really dive deep into what they're thinking when they came up with this GOSAFE Act. So again, we have another version of the GOSAFE Act back in the House. And, even though I don't think it has a snowball's chance in hell of passing right now, that's because of the makeup of Congress at this very moment. The makeup of Congress changes all the time. You guys know that. Sometimes you have control over one and not the other. And sometimes the executive, it seems to change either, every 2 cycles or 1 cycle, that changes. So there's always constant movement. And at some point when the 3 align, this is absolutely something that we could see pass. Whether it would hold up, I absolutely don't think so, but still it's something that could. So I just wanted to let you guys know that they're trying this all over again. I know that as individuals, there's not much that we can do, but the one thing we can do, obviously, is we can contact our representatives. We can email, we can write letters, we can make phone calls, we can do that. At least we can do that as individuals and support the groups that are supporting us behind the scenes as well. So anyway, I want to thank you all very much for watching. I always do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already. You guys have a great day.